Elephant dung. This is the key ingredient to create the world's most expensive coffee, which currently costs over $3,000 per kilogram. That means to drink elephant dung coffee, we have to pay at least over $40 for a cup. Meanwhile, the second most expensive coffee in the world is also quite remarkable, starting from piles of civet feces, famous worldwide as civet coffee. However, not everyone knows the process of creating these types of coffee, and even less about the dangerous consequences behind the world's most expensive cups of coffee, which can be disheartening and heartbreaking. So let's join Fishcake in this video to explore. When we sip a cup of coffee with a strange aroma, it could very well be an expensive variety, perhaps made from elephant dung. The world's most expensive coffee with a wonderfully mysterious name, Black Ivory. When it was born more than 15 years ago, this type of coffee caused a sensation in the world due to its unbelievable price of over $1,000 for 1 kilogram of coffee. And the process of producing elephant dung coffee was subsequently revealed. Farmers dig through piles of elephant dung to pick out the coffee beans inside, leaving no bean wasted because they are incredibly valuable. These beans are then taken home, washed clean, dried in the sun, and the shells are removed before being roasted and ground into coffee powder. The method of brewing elephant coffee is also modified with intricate equipment to further emphasize the uniqueness of this coffee. The number of people who have actually tasted elephant coffee is still quite small, and no one can be sure whether the bags of elephant coffee sold on the market are real or fake, because elephant coffee is considered super rare and extremely limited. An elephant consumes about 35 kilograms of coffee cherries to produce just 1 kilogram of coffee beans, and globally, only about 100 to 200 kilograms of elephant coffee are produced in a year. Although elephant coffee has overtaken civet coffee to become the most expensive coffee in the world right after its inception. In fact, the creator of elephant coffee merely mimicked the process of making civet coffee. When it comes to coffee made from animal excrement, civet coffee was the first to be born. It originated during the time when Indonesia was still a colony of the Netherlands. The people of Indonesia discovered that the civets, which they call blue wag, are very smart in choosing ripe coffee cherries to eat. They know to peel off the skin and only swallow the sweet, soft pulp along with the coffee beans into their stomachs. Thus, the Indonesian farmers collected the feces of the civets to process it into coffee, known as civet coffee or kopi luwak. Civet coffee began to gain international fame in 1981 through an article in a major magazine, National Geographic, and created a sensation when it appeared in the film The Bucket List in 2007, which listed things to do before dying, including drinking civet coffee. Along with media explosions, its high price has led to the strong development of civet coffee production, which is mass-produced in many Southeast Asian countries such as Indonesia, the Philippines, and even Vietnam. Civet coffee, or elephant dung coffee, is often exaggerated for its rarity while also being overstated for its flavor. Many media articles claim that when elephants or civets eat coffee, the enzymes in their digestive systems break down the proteins in coffee beans, reducing acidity, bitterness, and bitterness in the coffee, resulting in a smooth, mild flavor. Elephant dung coffee is even described as having a fruity aroma combined with chocolate. However, in reality, if one is not discerning, it is still very difficult to recognize the difference between civet dung coffee, elephant dung coffee, or regular coffee. Not only does it cost a lot for a cup of coffee, but drinking elephant or civet coffee is also considered to bring about negative consequences. First of all, this will lead to an increasing model of coffee from animal dung. And now, there's even parrot coffee in Brazil, or coffee excreted by monkeys in India and Taiwan, leading many to wonder if there might soon be human dung coffee as well. What is even more concerning is the suffering that these poor animals endure, as elephants are forced to eat coffee cherries. Since it is hard to eat, their keepers will mix rice with coffee to entice them to eat and ensure they eat more coffee. Some civets are not allowed to roam freely through vast coffee fields, eating ripe coffee cherries, and leave their pure essence on the ground as they used to. Instead, they are captured, locked in dirty, cramped cages, forced to eat coffee, without being allowed to eat their favorite foods like insects. Many weasels have become malnourished or have fallen ill. Some weasels have to eat chicken or other sugary products, causing them to become obese. Weasels are solitary animals living nocturnally, even on bright moonlit nights. They do not dare to go outside, yet they are imprisoned together, tortured by light noise, and made into pets for tourists to visit. Therefore, animal protection organizations have spoken out and boycotted civet coffee. Notably, there is a project called the Civet Project Foundation that is calling for more discerning tourists in choosing destinations and forms of tourism to not consume civet coffee or visit civet farms, as it may inadvertently push more weasels into cages and into captivity. What are your views on civet coffee? Supportive or opposed? Remember to leave a comment below the video and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Fish Cake YouTube channel. Goodbye.